Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 4 of my visit to Vintage Retreat in Northampton, and yeah, so my throat's starting to feel a bit better, so that's all good. And I've been playing on, and I have to say I felt really comfy. That's not a good word. Doing this video. A lot of the glasses are the kind of things that you kind of like, oh yeah, that is the kind of thing I'm trying to pick out. That is the kind of thing I'm picking out. Is that a good or a bad thing? Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, still lots of things to get on with. And let's go and have a look at some glass, eh? Just spotted this here. Just Mayflower. 1970. So these are made by Dartington. They made a different one every year. I'm not seeing so many of them as I used to. £25. I've got a definite year on it. I don't know how many they made. We can look at it in the book and I'll show you the general features with these tankards. We're looking at a page from the book Dartington Glass, the First 20 Years by Linda and Stuart Smithson, and we're looking at one of the pages with the tankard seals on it. So they did different seal for every year. I think they might have done multiple some years, and yeah, so this one was for the Mayflower. It's actually quite helpfully got the year in it, 1970, and actually the patent number is FT 1970, and it's for the Mayflower sailing, and it actually says the words Mayflower and the year on it, which is really helpful. And yeah, all the tankards are the same. They're same like wide bottom look to them, and with this big wodgy seal right on the side of it. So and if you wanted to collect them, there's probably at least a dozen or so to collect. Got a few bits here. These bits in the background. This is an interesting shape. They both look a bit bohemian, maybe French, but yeah, this is what I'm looking at. This pink blush. This is Baccarat, I'm pretty certain. Now I know it's like pressed glass. The base has been polished where it sits on the table, and it is pressed, but this is very distinctive. And what's he got on it? £12. And I think it's a bit earlier than this maybe, but yeah, this is Baccarat. Looking at the glassmusterbuch.de website, and this is the Baccarat catalogue for 1916. Unfortunately, it's the only one I think that's there. But anyway, this is the service that it's from, but that pot is not any of these things. It's too tall to be this. It's more like it's a bit taller than that, even the lid. So, but it is like this. You can see this is and this is too short. But if I go back a page to, I think it's this one here. Yeah. So I think this is what it is. But this is a different pattern, but it's the same kind of thing. And you can see the pattern stops near the top here, but this is the same shape as what we're looking at. So, so we don't have it exactly, but we have the shape and we have the pattern and we have the colorway. So yeah, I'm pretty happy that it's a Baccarat piece. I've seen them before, and this is my kind of like demonstrating that it really is. This American Carnival glass. What's he got on it? Carnival dish, $8.50. Be interesting to see how much that's. I've seen this on the websites. I have no idea who it's by, but we can find this and see what it's worth in America. It's just such fun doing that. So it's called Peacock Tail, and it's by Fenton. Here it is on the David Doty's Carnival Glass website. And yeah, it's the usual. I don't know what all this means. He's got all this stuff down here. I think it's when people have seen copies of them or something. I don't know, because it's got years next to it and different sizes and colours. Don't know exactly what it's about. I think you have to be in the collector know to really follow what he's doing here. But anyway, I did find it. Here it is on the Carnival Glass website, and yeah, it was $40. In fact, it still is, because this is actually for sale, but it's the only one that they've got on here. And what's nice is they've got a year, because normally they just say early 1900s, but they've got 1910 to 11, so you've got an exact year there for it. But yeah, it's always nice to get a year, name. You never get designers with the American stuff, but we got a price as well, $40. Having never seen them before, when I was filming my last film in Brackley, there was a pair of these. The base is completely polished. These are copying Georgian decanters, candlesticks, decanters on the brain, Georgian candlesticks from the 1780s with this petal foot and like a faceted stem. Yeah. Wasn't able to figure out who they were by, but they are quite cool to me anyway, because they're looking back in time so far. These are interesting because they're in that bark vase tradition. Can you see? But they're pressed glass and they're by Avon, and they're marked as well. It says 1970s. I've never seen these before, so they could have made a load of them. I wonder what was in them originally, because usually they made things. So they might have had a plastic stopper at the top, and then when you've used your shampoo or whatever it was that was in it, take the top off and you've got yourself a little bark vase. So, or if they did just sell them as bark vases. Really interesting. So I thought I'd go to eBay to see how much they sell for. There's one here that's sold for £3, plus postage, so it's like £7.50. Those were £8. This one's £10 by the time you put postage on. This one sold for how much is that? Yeah, £19 on, I think. £12. The price is a bit all over the place. That price is £8 is probably near the bottom end, but not quite there. There's one that's cheaper. That's £9. That's £9, near 10. Yeah, it's all. But if you're going to sell one of these vases, Northampton is the place where you're probably going to get someone that's going to want it for nostalgic purposes, because it was probably, if not made, but at least packed in Northampton, because the Avon factory used to be in Northampton and the head office is still here in Northampton. Yay. Not far from where I live. I live over here somewhere, and this is Avon, and Vintage Retread is about there somewhere, I think. I think it's there. But anyway, or is it there? No, I think it's here. But anyway, you get the idea. It's all very close to where the vase was probably packed with, I don't know, bath salts or something. But anyway, yeah, Avon is from Northampton. If you go to the website, I did go to the website initially to try and find, Northampton on the website. No chance. But this is where its head office is. So I know it's not glass, but it's military and it's kind of interesting to me. So on here it says World War I trench art. This is not trench art. This is not a shell casing. This is specially made. Look how nicely it's very Art Nouveau though in style. Yes. And on it, I've had a look at this. So it's Glasgow Highlands, HLI, Highland Light Infantry, I think that means, and something STVB, I don't know what that is. But anyway, yes, so What's it for? Look at this base here. What it's for is you'd put your grog or something in there to drink, and you'd shove the bottom of it in the fire. So it's got this wide base, so you soak up as much heat as you possibly can, and then once it's hot, you take it out. I really like that. I really like it a lot. That is the coolest thing ever. This is Chance Brothers handkerchief vase. Yeah, so this is not a very common pattern. I think this is a 1960s one. Let's find it and name it and date it. It's £5, I think. Yeah, so it's cheap, I think. So I had a quick look on eBay, and none of the sold, there was none that pattern, and none of the sold kerchiefs that I could see, I didn't scroll forever, but were sold for anything cheaper than that. So yeah, so £5 is cheap for any of them. I think that one is particularly cool, groovy, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, if you look along here, you can see all these. That's a different kind. It's still Chance, but yeah, there's still none of them are that cheap. There's loads of different designs. This is the same one. It's on 20th Century Glass. He's got it with a label there. But yes, so I did find this one that sold on Etsy for £14, and that would be plus postage, I think. So yeah, so you're probably talking nearer 20 really. But yeah, so that's, groovy, man. And then I found out it really is groovy because this is Miller's 20th Century Glass by Andy McConnell. Here it is. This is the pattern. Here it is. And this is called Escher, and this one's called Psychedelic. It's from 1972, which is probably a bit late in the idea of something being psychedelic, which is why I was thinking 60s, because 60s is that groovy, man. 72 is, yeah, getting towards having long hair and glam rock and all that kind of stuff, and less psychedelic and groovy. But anyway, designed, attributed to Sue Heaven for Queensbury Hunt. I don't know what Queensbury Hunt is, but yeah, these patterns failed commercially and were soon discounted. So that's why I don't see many of them. Yeah, failed commercially because psychedelia was over by 72. Well, at least I think it was. I was still young, so I wasn't really into fashion then. Back here, actually, it's in the front because it's right in the window, is this Slow Union vase. It's Czech, it is pressed glass, but people do collect these as a whole. And it is finished naturally, so it's not just cut off. And yeah, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that's too close to the window. Anyway, it's quite heavy. So I thought I'd do the full business on this vase because they do pop up from time to time. So we're looking at 20th Century Glass website here. It tells you it's from the Rosis Glassworks. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Part of the Slow Union. Most people just say Slow Union, but at least we've got the actual glasswork it's come from. Designed by Rudolf Schrotter. I've not seen that said anywhere else. 1950s, pattern number 914. So I thought, let's see if I can go back to the Czech Glass Guide here. Here it is. Da-da. Got a few different colours. And then we've got a few magazine articles within. And then we've got two catalogues here, 1957 and 1958. Now, the 1958 one is taken out of a book. And it's a book that I have. And it's the Art Before Industry 20th Century Czech Pressed Glass Guide by Marcus Newhall. And if I scroll down through here, sorry, I'm on the wrong page on this. Here we go.
1987, they're still making it. Patent number 914. So yeah, 30 years later, they're still making this pattern vase. You saw bark vases in here. Look, when I was first looking, because I was scrolling up and down in it, you got things like this, which are clearly 70s looking. Bark vases are very 70s. If you go down to the bottom, the patent number 914, and you think, is this right? Is it really 1987? And you can see that this patent number is 914 is here. In fact, it's got 168 in here, but it goes right up to like 13,000 patent numbers. So yeah, real variation in what was being made by Rosyth Glass Works at that time. Very real variation, with things looking pre-war stuff, post-war stuff, 60s, 70s, 80s stuff. So yeah, real spread.
Check it out. You don't see these out in the open where I get my hand on them very often. I think it's Davidson. What have they got? Yeah, Davidson blue purline glass jug. Let's see if we can find this in the books. Doesn't have a mark on it though, or reg number. I can't see one anywhere. Oh, there is a reg number in the bottom there, but I'd have to clean it and get in there, and it's a bit indistinct. So let's see if we can find the reg number for it. Give it an exact date.
Looking in 20th Century Glass website, and this is the pattern, and it's called Davidson's Somerset, and it's blue purline, which is this colour with this white fade on it. They do this by reheating it. I'm not sure what they put in the glass to make it do that. Anyway, we've got what they said this pattern is known as blah, 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 around 1900, and he's given the registration number. So I've pulled out my book, The Identification of English Pressed Glass by Jenny Thompson, and yeah, I can look up that number, and it's the 1st of May 1895 that number was registered. So I've got an exact date for it, but we don't have a designer, but it does say G. Davison Co. Teams, Flint Glassworks, Gateshead, Tyne and Weir. So there we go.
Got a couple of paperweights here. I mean, this one's tiny. I didn't actually look at this one. Yeah, it's not marked. So I did look at these two. This one has an unfinished base. So, oh, actually it's got a Nybro, Sweden. It's got a label. Didn't spot that. I was just picked it up and looked underneath and went, but yeah. Don't really know much about them, so we can look them up. This one here has got a signature. It's got a polished base. Can you see? And it's got a signature that I can't read. It's got a whole bunch of numbers and letters, and then it's got a name I don't recognise. The name I'm always looking for is Mats Johansson. Don't think it says that. It might do, but we'll try and find that one as well. We'll try and find these. They're not my thing, but you do see them around.
So I failed quite badly on both of those paperweights. The Nybro one, yeah, I can't find anything like it. Not even kind of similar, which is disappointing, because I was thinking, oh, maybe I can find something from the same range. Can't even do that. So the other one, the one with the deer on it, I looked at about a million deer things. Yeah, and this is the, I did mention Mats Johansson, and look, there's one. That's a Mats Johansson one. This is a Mats Johansson one. So you can see what I mean about, he made a lot of this kind of intaglio style, where it's just like a block with something pressed in the back. There's another one with a little baby Bambi deer. But yeah, none with that specific one on, so it's not him, I don't think. Don't know. I mean, this is just a generic search for deer paperweights from Sweden. And yeah, I failed quite badly, really. That didn't go well.
A Romanian fishy jumping out of the water. £9. I think that's okay. I've got one of these. I bought it charity shop for £3 though. That's quite, I think this is a bit bigger than mine. I think it's a bit nicer as well actually. I think the colour's a bit better. Mine's a bit garish by comparison. So, but that's quite a nice one. This looks very, yeah, that's either a Chinese copy or it's Czech. And what's that? Let me I just thought I'd look. Nothing on that. Got a very edge. Not anything written on it. £10 and nothing. No, I don't recognise that at all. So there you have it. I did say at the beginning that I'm kind of in my comfort zone, going through the shelves at Vintage Retreat. But those sort of slabby paperweights from Sweden still foxed me, you know. You do see things, you know, as I've gone along, I've seen new things. I'm going, yeah, I like it. And these are the kind of things, you do see them. I often skim by and I thought, yeah, let's dip in and see, because I know a lot of them are by Mats Johansson, and none of these were. And there's lots of other people that make them too. But yeah, I don't know who made those ones. I can tell you that they're probably not that they are less common, because I can't find them. I can't find any others of them for sale. And normally if you just put in something vague that's similar, something will pop up, but nothing did. But anyway, with that said, I did use books in this one. So all the references I use will be in the description below. What else? Contact details for Vintage Retreat will be in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe to my channel, because it really helps, and we'll make glass collecting the most popular hobby in the UK. Yeah, probably not, but anyway, we can bring people into the fold. That's the plan. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Good night.